talk shows have to have advertising. We're not going to talk for 4 hours. You got to take a break.
Yeah. You gotta put something else on here.
What I like to do is, like when I think it's time for a break, sometimes, Opie usually throws us to break, but I'll put my finger up and I mouth the words, let's simmer down.
Simmered. Is that it?
Yeah, I say, let's simmer down.
Let's simmer down. Well, don't go to break there. Ooh. Thought maybe Iraq would have thought that was time for a break.
No. Just an example.
Yeah. They gotta easy it up. Make it a little easier. Also, this fucking the Korean thing is big in the news today. What? I don't know, and I'm not bashing Obama or anything. Believe me, I could sit here and do that all fucking day, but I am seeing that there's a lackadaisical kind of attitude here with this thing. That now Korea, last night I guess they all had been getting together, the Koreans, they're the North Koreans, and meeting with their generals and everything else. And last night they made a little announcement that they are ready. They have approved, with all of their people, approved a nuclear strike on the United States. All right. Now, everybody's going, oh, they're adorable. Look at the wacky Koreans at it again. They're threatening a nuclear attack on America. They're a country with nuclear devices. I do understand they've pulled some shenanigans in the past, but never to this level. Whether they're going to do it or not, what the odds are if they're going to do it or not, is debatable. But I think a stronger reaction, even just verbally, is needed here by the leadership. I think any president, if you look back, Ronald Reagan or, Kennedy, even all that, would say something very strong to let these fuckers know, hey, shut the fuck up. We don't want you spreading this shit like saying you're going to nuke us. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing, they're posturing ships and flying bombers over and putting on these demonstrations of power, which is fine. That's all good and well.
Do you want a quote from the North Korean military?
Sure.
I sure do.
The moment of explosion is approaching fast.
Oh, shit. I know that happens to me a little too soon sometimes, and I got to stop moving.
By that he means shitting his pants.
Warning that war could break out today or tomorrow.
What about the next day?
No.
Do they literally mean today or tomorrow?
Yeah, that's the weekend.
Oh,
no war on weekends.
Man.
They're not going to do a fucking... I don't know why. It's like we've constantly given them money.
Yeah.
I'm sick of that dog shit country. I really...
Yeah.
Let the fucking South Koreans handle them.
Yeah.
Let the fucking South Korean... I told you, I want to pull out of the DMZ. I don't want a DMZ. It's not my business.
Yeah. But
they
are threatening us.
They're not going to do a fucking thing.
Well, see, that's
we have
the
our
thing.
nose in their business. That's why.
You think that's why?
Of course it is. We shouldn't be. They probably want. They don't want us. They want the South Korea. We don't belong over there. Why the fuck is the U.S. military in Korea?
I understand that, but you also have to understand we do have allies all over the world, and if we just pull out of Korea, the other allies will be like, well, how dependable can the United States be? You need alliances in the world. I mean, it's very difficult to just run alone.
We can have alliances. If one of our allies is in trouble and we think that we should help them, we help them. But as far as having our fucking stupid American feet on every piece of soil, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we should do is get out. Ron Paul is pull out. And then if they fucking do something, the response should be barbaric.
Barbaric.
I mean, I don't mean allow people to walk on us. I mean, if we were to be attacked or our interests were to be attacked, then the response should be horrendous, and it should be an attack on their major cities and civilians. They should understand that.
Korea's an odd situation because it's been this way for so long. It never was solved. This isn't a North Korea, South Korea. They signed a peace treaty or anything. I mean, technically, the two countries are kind of still at war. So there's that buffer zone in the middle, and South Korea being our ally for so long. I mean, times have changed since the 50s till now. So we might not step in the context of today if it was happening. Just roll in and go in. But since we've been there so long, I think it's just kind of a habit. We're just kind of there.
And this is why, Kim Jong-un and Kim Jong-il is full of shit, and Kim Jong-un is full of shit. If they wanted a war with the United States, they would plow over the DMZ. They would plow into South Korea, kill the soldiers we have there, which I believe would be considered an extreme act of aggression, and would force our hand.
Yeah.
That's all he has to do. He doesn't have to threaten nuclear war. All he has to do is fucking run into South Korea and kill all of our soldiers that are there. And he easily could. I mean, what do we have? 14,000 soldiers?
They have a pretty big standing army, but it's debatable how well equipped they are. They're not really getting any support that they used to get for parts and stuff for their machines. So, they might have a big standing army, but it's pretty dated and rusty. But yeah, they could absolutely roll right over the border and cause some fucking havoc.
Oh yeah, I think they have I want to say 700,000 people.
I think it's like a million standing army. Yeah,
there's almost 20,000 U.S. Army soldiers in Korea, 300 Navy, 9,000 Air Force.
Okay, so about 30,000 people total?
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
Okay, and how many North Koreans are there? Soldiers?
Let's see.
I had heard 700,000, but...
I heard a million, but that probably includes, like, every woman with a pitchfork also, They're just, let's fucking pad our numbers with fucking the children.
Koreans People's Army.
The People's Army!
As of 2013, 9.4 million active reserve and paramilitary personnel. It's the largest military organization on Earth.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking 700,000 on the DMZ then.
The largest military... I bet that's active reserve. You know what that is? That's every grandma, everybody. Everyone is technically in the Army. It's probably the entire population. It's ridiculous. I don't know what his end game is, though. It's like, why threaten? And I think also people are taking it a little more seriously because it's a threat of nukes, and it's the first time Kim Jong-un has been in charge during one of these, crazy, we're going to do some shit to you.
It's 1.1 million active. 8.2 reserve.
Oh, so it's like fucking 2 million. What? What?
Huh?
1.2 million active?
Yeah. 1.1 million.
Oh.
Active. 8.2 million reserve.
And they do the wacky fucking goose step thing. And
they like that.
They like that. Yeah. They like parading their missiles around on trucks. We should do that shit. No one ever gets a good glimpse of what we got.
No,
all these fucking crazy nations, they have those parades with the missiles. We have parades with drunks with green hats. Let's get some good fucking missile parades in this country. That's what I say. Put them on those trucks. Wheel them through the streets. I love those parades.
They look fun, don't they?
They really look fun. A lot of flags, a lot of pomp and circumstance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here's a good Army parade.
What?
In 4 seconds.
Is that North Korean?
Yeah.
Army parade. They do know how to parade and
they
do
like a
things.
Good parade.
They're very fucking, of one. They're like the Borg, these North Koreans.
But even the music sounds old school.
Look how they're clapping. They're all in.
Who's that guy? Not Kim Jong-un or Il. Who's that one?
Kim Jong Fields.
Wow, that looks like Nazis.
Yeah.
They're very Nazi-ish when you look at the squares of people moving.
Yeah. And then they do the wacky goose steppy things. What a little fat man. I cannot look at him without thinking of fucking South Park. It is very Nazi, goose step-ish, and that just shows a people that have really no minds of their own.
Right.
Everything's in unison. They have to be very proud or they get killed.
Looking at the leader with his dumb fucking... I love his dumb, mob guy on trial glasses. Kim Jong-il, when he had those the shaded fucking glasses.
Yeah, it's the big fucking Ace glasses.
Yeah, Ace Rothstein.
Ace Rothstein glasses. Ace is high.
And they're both fat and out of shape and so unmilitary looking.
Yeah, he was just a terrible... He didn't look snappy in his uniform.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. It's not even really like a uniform. It looks like an old, early 80s kind of workout jumpsuit.
It's like a prison jumpsuit.
Yeah, it's
that
that
old men would wear.
Or like a painter would wear that so he doesn't get his clothes.
Yeah, he's wearing a smock.
You just ask for something with a zipper that goes on quick.
Yeah.
And they're all ugly. I think it was when we were kings, when they were talking about what's his name? Mobutu, the guy who ran Zaire. And how dictators, there's pictures of them all over, and they're all horribly unattractive. And they really are ugly men.
I think that's part of why you become a dictator, though. You know, I think if you grew up handsome, you would be given certain things and feel a certain way, and people would adore you from an early age, and you wouldn't need to be a dictator.
Yeah, I don't think anybody who was popular in high school
becomes a dictator.
Goes on to become a dictator. They already have
they,
people being like, yo, you're the shit.
Yeah.
They don't have to command it.
If you've dated cheerleaders, you're probably not going to be a dictator.
No.
That speech Anthony just gave is one I could picture you with a beer in your hand giving to your wife and children, like when they're wondering why things are so bad in the house. Nobody happy grows up to be a dictator.
No one. Look, sit down! I would be, I don't know. I wonder how I'd be if I had a wife and kids.
Oh, I thought you meant as a dictator.
Yeah.
Well, that too.
I say equally awful.
Yeah. I would run the house like that. I think I would probably think about like how I grew up and probably try not to do that. You know, no spaghetti against the walls. No calling my kid pissy eyes.
Yeah, that's probably
unless
bad.
he was pissy eyed.